Hey, so me and my friends are creating a Somerville series highlighting all the nooks and crannies for everything that this city has to offer. I've traveled lots of places, but Somerville is by far one of the most unique places I've ever been. So first of all, what the fuck is Somerville? Where is it? Well, it's a modest 4 square mile little city outside of Boston. It was founded in 1842. Known for its meat packing, rail making, brick laying, very like industrial vibe, and that's what created, that's the origin story. So Somerville is also known for the square orientation. For example, Davis, Magoon, Teal, Assembly, Ball Square. And all these places have their own like little nooks, restaurants and retail stores, and are really like a place to gather around. Let's start this first episode with Bow Market. Bow Market is this condensed 2-story, lovely place full of retail and food and these small eclectic shops that are so cute. So we're gonna start with Vinyl Index today and see what they got going on. Woo! I'm here with Jeremy, owner of this Vinyl Index store in Bow Market. This place is fucking cool.
Thank you, appreciate that.
What was the inspiration behind this whole vibe and everything that you created?
The Index, the name, and kind of the look of the place is inspired by a library, actually. Like my mother is a librarian, so it's kind of like Index is something that's important. Everything inspired, like all the little type we do, typography, we try to do everything inspired by that concept of a communal space, a library. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we stay open till 11 p.m. and we'll host different DJs. Tonight just happens to be, or today happens to be Jay Dilla's birthday, so it's Dilla Day.
Yeah.
So we had to celebrate that.
Of course.
And playing his records, got some local producers, gonna play some beats. My man right here, Luigi's gonna do some, but yeah, always something fun.
Yeah.
Try to keep it like just natural, like we don't really have a specific cadence.
Right.
Something comes up, we're like, hey, let's do something.
Do you have a DJ name?
Not that I promote.
Oh, yeah, I actually have to come. Oh,
yeah.
Wait, okay,
Yeah.
now you're okay. But I will promote myself.
Nah, yeah, I don't DJ out like that, but just with the homies, yeah.
Sir Remington.
Yeah. Sir Remington the third, if you want to go full.
Oh, I want the
It's like a round table of the homies, you know?
And why Bow Market out of all the places in Somerville?
Yeah, I mean, Bow Market was basically just an abandoned space. So I've lived in this neighborhood for almost 30 years. And I kind of just caught wind it was happening, and I just like that aspect of it, where it is hidden.
Yeah.
It is now very lively, but it was just like cement, and they made this into a magical spot.
Right.
Basically putting a bunch of different small vendors in one space that all promote for themselves creates a huge promotion for everybody. Right. With everybody kind of promoting their own thing. Yeah, I don't know, originally I think it was a police station at one point, or like holding cells. It was like horse stables. I think before this it was like just storage for like motorcycles. Excellent. There was no windows. It was just like all cinder blocks. So
wow.
Yeah, it's been here.
They really converted the place.
Boston's old.
Yeah.
The first American flag was raised up the street in Prospect Hill. You know, like this is the old, like one of the oldest places in the country. So yeah.
All right. I feel like that's been a theme we've been picking up on in different Somerville places, is like people just want to talk to each other, like learn their first names and like really create that Somerville type community and vibe overall.
I mean, that's the human experience. So like people get sick of being online.
Why do you think vinyls are making a resurgence versus like CDs, for instance?
Which is funny, CDs is too, but I think it's just physical products. I mean, records are big. So like artwork on vinyl, on the covers is just fun to have.
That's true.
Fun to hold.
Yeah, it's bigger.
And then when you open it and you can read the liner notes and like read about who's on the records.
Yeah.
But the process of putting it on the turntable, dropping the needle on it, you know, I'm not going to get into like quality of sound. That's, some people try to talk about it being about like a warmer sound or like different things in that way.
Yeah.
I think it really is just the process.
Kind of like the sensuality of it, right? And then having to flip it over.
Going to the record stores, looking through the bins, talking to people, bringing it home, bringing some records to a friend's house that has a record player. So it's a social thing.
Swapping records and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
When people come in here, like, how do you want them to feel and, understand this experience that you're curating?
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, when we conceptualized how we were going to do this, we wanted it to be a very welcoming store.
Yeah.
Which, should just be secondhand nature for retail.
Right.
But it's not always, especially in the realm of like things that people think are cool.
Yeah.
Where it's like, there's gatekeepers being like, oh, you're asking for those basic records, I'm gonna laugh you off.
Like, no shame. You're like, whatever, if you want this, like,
so
your music is your music.
Like, welcoming everybody.
Anything else you want to share or show off about this space?
So yeah, the drinks, that. We try to do all little things like the late night events.
It's really cool.
Now the pre-orders. It's a tough business and industry.
Yeah.
So every little customer and repeat customers and people that come in and support, even if you buy a $5 High Life or a $100 box set, like all those little sales like keeps us alive.
Honestly.
And every April is Record Store Day, which is a national event. So they celebrate
every
local.
April, just the whole month, or?
No, just one day, April 18th.
April 18th.
We'll have a big event here where a bunch of records come out for the first time. People line up like all the way to the street for those exclusive releases, and we'll have DJs all day, and it's a fun one.
Hell
Celebrate local record stores.
April 18th, we'll be here turning.
Please come through, we do some like live screen printing with shirts with local people. So
Good time. I love the community aspect and bringing people together. Truly, like, you're using this space so well.
Yeah, and we do feel lucky to be part of Bull Market in that way. They support this type of thinking, and pretty much all the businesses here in the same vein, doing that same thing. So we'll stay as long as we can, hopefully forever. I live in the neighborhood.
I will buy my share. I'm gonna buy all the $1 records I can tonight. After Vinyl Index, we then hit up Shannon, owner and butcher of Highland Butchershop. So more about the history, because you overtook this place in 2023.
Yeah.
Right? Tell me more about that and how you came to that decision.
Yeah, so the shop was started by Michael Dulock. It used to be MF Dulock here. Okay. And I had moved up to Somerville 5-6 years ago.
Right.
And I was at a point where I was looking for like my next thing in my career. Michael was looking to retire, and it just sort of worked out. I really loved the thought of keeping like this artisan trade here and alive and going. I've always wanted to work sort of the cornerstone of like farmers and community and like feeding people. It was just a lot of things lined up at the right time, and we're like, let's do it.
Sounds serendipitous to be like, I guess I'm going to be a butcher now.
It was like one morning I woke up to a phone call and I was like, I guess this is my life.
Let's
do it. In a whole animal shop, we take the time to isolate mussels that in a regular grocery store or meat market you might not find.
Right.
Because it's not necessarily something that somebody would isolate for the sake of isolating that mussel.
Right.
They'll just turn it right into grind or something else. So we get to have like a lot of interesting cuts that you might not normally find elsewhere. Like things like underblade or
underblade. I've never. What is underblade? Is it exactly what I think it is?
It literally sits underneath the shoulder blade, but there's only maybe like a pound and a half per side of cow.
How would you use underblade? Like in
a quick cook steak.
Really?
Yeah, or if you wanted to like quickly cook something in like a soup or something like that.
Wait, so what else besides underblade? Like, I want to sound cool when I come here. Like, you got any underblade? Like, I've never really thought of an animal in this way. Like, how did you come to know all of this?
In the beginning, there was a lot of, like 2 a.m. wake-ups with like watching hours of YouTube and reading everything that I could. And
I'm curious too, like being a female in this industry, like how has that been? What does that feel like?
When folks come in here, it lowers the bar of intimidation. There's a less macho energy in here.
Right.
People have an easier time and have said that they have an easier time asking questions or like, we're not going to make fun of you if you don't know what something is. Like, let's figure it out together. It's a much more collaborative effort.
Because you also do classes here, right? Like, how did that come into fruition?
It'd been on the radar to do classes for a while.
Okay.
Just as a way to, like, again, lower the bar of, like, entry. Let's make things more understandable.
Demystify all of this.
Demystify all of it.
Right.
We do the Intro to Cuts and Anatomy class every other month, which that's like a 2-hour class of, like, let's walk through all the animals, all the cuts, different ways to
I feel like that's
think.
like high school biology. Except not frogs.
For people who don't want to talk to people, our shop is probably a nightmare. Because you can't leave here without talking to someone.
Like, no headphones, you're taking those out.
You're like, oh, you're getting this cut of meat? Cool.
Yeah.
What are you making? Who are you making it for? And you're able to, like, really learn about people.
Right. If I were to come in here and be like, I'm really trying to impress someone, what would you recommend? Like, what kind of meat?
I unfortunately would have to ask you more questions.
Okay, if I was like, she might be the one.
Do you want something that's long and slow, that you're, like, building those, like, deep, intricate flavors?
Yep.
I feel like you can never go wrong with something as simple as, like, a shank or a cheek. It's those cuts that, like, when you're willing to work with them, are super rewarding. And, like, those are the ones that, like, I think if you're like, yeah, I've been cooking this for 6 hours.
Right?
Like, you can, like, show that, like...
And I have this wine that is paired with it.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. I feel like I have an emotional relationship with my knife set.
Mm-hmm. I'm protective of my knives. Those two over there are mine.
Okay.
One of our former employees gifted me this knife and engraved my name on it. So
you are badass. Show me what else you got in here. Can we
talk about tallow?
Yeah, let's talk about tallow. Let's talk about
it's
tallow.
The thing I'm always trying to move. For us, we pay for the whole carcass at once. So we're paying for all the fat, all the trim, all the bones, everything. But we render down our suet to make, like, a pure tallow, which is just rendered fat. But with our tallow, it's super hard, it's shelf stable, and we make things like candles, or you can have it in different, like, forms to cook with. It's like one of those things of, like, being open to different cooking fats.
Right.
We also sell pork lard. So
that's the good shit.
Yeah, so, like, you can bake with this. Yeah. You can put it into, like, pie crust. So it's, like, great in, like,
crumbly and nice.
It's crumbly. Anywhere you'd use, like, kind of like butter. Things that, like, we have regularly in the shop because these animals come with leaf lard and suet and things like that.
Yo. We have a friend here. What's your name?
I'm Jenny.
Jenny, nice to meet you.
You as well.
So tell me more about how you came to know this place. What does it mean to you?
I came in here to get meat for a date, actually. I was looking for one type of meat. They convinced me to get a different cut of meat.
Ooh, do you remember what they were?
I went for a ribeye, and they convinced me to get a sirloin cap, and it was delicious. A ribeye is going to be a more expensive cut, and she convinced me to get a different thing that was really good because that really shows that they're trying to get me to have a better new experience.
Trying to upsell you.
Exactly. And I went home that night, and I was after cooking it the next day, and I was like, I need to work here. And there's no place to do it whole animal like this.
No.
And sure, I could get a job at like a grocery store, butcher area, but that's not what I want.
No.
I like the community aspect. I like who we are.
Right.
And so I emailed her and I was like, I have no experience. I went to culinary school. I've been in restaurants. I've been kind of everything in a restaurant. And I really want to learn everything that there is.
Right.
I was like, could I come in and learn? And
wow. Oh, it's thick.
Yeah.
It's a thick book.
So much about butchering.
What kind of cut do I want? Like a celebratory hello 2026.
Are you grilling? Are you sauteing, roasting, braising? How do you want to cook it?
I want like a cast iron sear on it, but I'm down to go into the oven after that and finish it off.
I think that you should go for a pork chop.
Ooh.
We have these big pork chops, and they just have this huge fat cap, and you just kind of like run around that fat, get it nice and cooked, and then they're just so flavorful and juicy. Honestly, half the time I'm just putting salt on it. I don't
I
need
feel
a whole lot. They're
that's a good way
so
to do meat, like
flavorful.
salt, pepper, like let it speak for itself.
I don't even worry about pepper half the time.
Do you want me to go first and show you, or do you want to just like go for it?
Yeah. I should just go. I'm going for it.
Yeah.
I feel like this must be like a Subway sandwich experience.
So one of the things, you want all pieces of meat covered by the wax paper.
There's a little. Wait. Okay. Was I onto it though?
Sort of.
Maybe one more. And then we're just gonna bring that over there and just tuck that in there somewhere. No.
It's
It's not great.
It's a good first try.
You wouldn't hire me, would you? You're like, go do something else.
Yeah. Do you want to try ripping paper now too?
Why is everything so hard? Do you like it this way?
I go this way.
It's like, what happened?
This is.
Oh, it's not empty.
It's not empty, but it's
Wow.
more empty than it will be come Wednesday. This is the internal pork fat. It's like the
wow.
pork equivalent of suet.
Y'all ain't ready for this. Fuck yeah! That is
In
so
terms of the
cool.
sirloin,
Uh-huh.
this is that sirloin cap, that steak that we convinced Jenny to buy
Right.
that first time. This is the tri-tip. When we cut this here, that's when you get your really nice big porterhouse, and it tapers down into your T-bone.
I was about to say because
The further down the loin it goes. We also get some ground beef out of some of the muscles that are over here. This is the 13th rib bone.
I'm so glad you kept this place alive. It's truly special. Like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Butcher shops like this really don't exist.
No.
I think you found your calling, honestly. Whatever phone call you got that day, like, glad you picked it up. Didn't go to voicemail.
Yeah, me too. I'm just grateful for the community and being here. And that was one of the things when the previous owner and I started talking about me buying the shop, was like going over and over again about his desire and want for someone to take over the space.
Yeah.
Would be mindful of the community and grateful of the community, because the community had supported him for so many years through this. And like that was always one of the center points of the conversation. It is something I take to heart, and like it means a lot to me, and like I'm just very grateful for this community and the way that they support us and the way that like we're able to help feed them. And
he's like, I'm not selling just a butcher shop, I'm selling like a vibe, a community, and I want to keep it going.
I love being in a community space. Some of these people, it almost feels like it's their third place. We just got to create that place for people to come into and meet one another. And you don't have to go to a bar to meet people. You can go to a butcher shop, you know?
Go to a butcher shop. Bars are overrated. Good fucking job, honestly. I'm gonna take this off. I don't deserve it.
You can learn.
you can learn.
I
knew nothing. Now I know something, you know?
Just give me those books.
Next, we're going to check out the 51st Boston SciFi Film Festival. This happens every February at the Somerville Theater. And we got a chance to have a little pre-show interview with the director, Garen Daly.
I have a list of questions for you. The first one, I'm just gonna get out of the way. Any outfit recommendations for opening night?
Well, not for opening night, but for overall.
Or for any of them. Yeah.
Clean socks.
Clean socks.
Okay, especially for the marathon. Not only do your tush get sore, but your feet get sore. A quick change of socks really does help.
Like sci-fi does often deal with like these big ideas, fear, hope, technology, the future.
Yeah.
Like, do you see this festival as like entertainment or something, bigger than that, more communal?
Well, first of all, our tagline is something that we have right now, which is called Imagination Cinema Kinship. And I think all three of those things have something to do with it. When we're dealing with independent filmmakers, and we're dealing with people who are coming through the ranks early on, they're full of ideas, they're full of creativity, and their imaginations are at peak. Right. And we as the viewers get to see those imaginations come to fruition.
Going back to the 24-hour marathon, that has become legendary. What do you think? Why do people keep coming back and like staying up until 4 a.m. watching all these films?
Again, I think it's that community thing. It's sort of like Brigadoon. It's like a little town that pops up out of those out of the New England winter, like the Scottish Highlands, and and then vanishes for another year.
Anything else to highlight about the film festival this year?
I mean, obviously we're opening up with Good Luck, Don't Have Fun, Don't Die. We're doing a sneak preview on the 11th. So for us, that's big news because we're finally getting the Hollywood studios to look at us as a very specific place. We have a number of sellouts already, so it's going to be a good year.
Hey, it's Jingo. We're here at the Somerville Theater celebrating the Sci-Fi Festival. We're gonna go check it out, talk to a couple people, and see what the vibe is like. Hey, we are here with
Sophie.
Hi, Sophie. So is this your first time here, or are you a regular at the Sci-Fi?
This is my first time here. I'm a volunteer, and I've never been here before, and I know a lot about it now, but it's exciting.
How did you get involved or hear about all of this?
I actually looked it up, and I looked up festivals in Boston, and this one seems pretty cool. The marathon is like very iconic, very unique.
Are you going to the marathon?
Of course I'm going to the marathon.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Of course I'm going.
Any favorite sci-fi characters?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm learning a lot from this. I've been talking to people about films, and they've been like, that is not the film you're supposed to watch. You gotta watch something else. I know.
So opinionated.
I know. There's opinions. There's a lot of opinions.
What are you most excited for this whole festival?
I think the marathon is one of the most exciting things because people are so happy to go, and they've been going for years and years and years. So I want to see the energy, but I also think there's a lot of new filmmakers here who haven't shown their work before, or it's maybe their first film that they've worked on, and so I like being around that energy too.
Anything that you're wearing for the 24-hour film, attire, clothing?
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about it yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like an aluminum hat or
colander is what I've heard, a metal colander.
There is a film called Time Helmet, and they have like they wear helmets. So maybe I'll make my own time helmet.
Yeah.
I think that's what I should do.
I think you would be very supportive.
Okay, I'll come in with my own time. I'll make it. I'll DIY.
Right.
I can DIY.
So we have found two friends. What are y'all's names?
I'm Brendan.
I'm Jimmy.
Hi, Brendan and Jimmy. So why is sci-fi y'all's genre? What about it pulls you to that?
The sense of imagination. It feels like kind of the biggest toy box to draw from.
Whereas science fiction is, to some degree, based in science. You hear people who worked on Star Trek or Halo, where they consulted real scientists. You can watch Terminator, for example, on two levels. One, great action movie. Two, we're kind of living through this AI hellscape now, which they warned us about 40 years ago.
They tried. That's the sad part, right? They all really tried.
James Cameron tried to warn us.
So we are back at the Somerville Theater for the marathon itself. I have found him, everyone, after...
I was lost, now I am found.
How's it going? We are, 5 hours into the 24-hour marathon?
That is correct.
How are you? How's everyone?
Well, I'm fine. I think everyone else is fine.
Yeah.
But as the day gets longer, our eyes will start drooping, our asses will get sore.
Yep.
And, we will be looking at these films and all of a sudden laughing at things that we weren't supposed to laugh at because we're so giggly.
Yeah, because you're tired.
Yeah, but the big thing is that the crowd is so responsive.
Right.
And they love each other. And I mean, they don't love each other per se, but they love that communal spirit of loving science fiction and what that means.
Yeah. I noticed something here. We have some foil. What is this? Is this for the hats or?
Yes, it's for when you've won. We have a tinfoil hat contest every year.
Wait, it's a contest?
It's a contest, yes. You make your own tinfoil hat, you get up on stage, show it to everyone, and we get the clapometer out, and people clap and cheer you on. And you win a prize.
Okay, you didn't tell me this on the Zoom interview.
We just barely met, okay? And we were just beginning this bonding.
We were just beginning the bonding. You're right. I just, it's okay. It's too late.
You will find out more and more about all this stuff. We have all sorts of interesting, unique kind of social mores that are just exclusive for this.
I don't think I asked you this during our first interview, but do you have any sci-fi hot takes?
Well, I don't know what that means.
Do you have a controversial idea?
I think that people can disagree in sci-fi, and they do all the time. Those viewpoints are viewpoints.
Yeah.
They're not things you do destroy somebody ever,
right.
You attack them for or say nasty things about them. The community is one of inclusion.
Yeah.
And inclusion on a positive manner. If you're a smart, sentient being who cares about other people,
right.
other sentient beings, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, we can disagree. I mean, there's nothing. I love a good argument.
you're giving good argument, but like in a productive, in an intellectual way,
Even in an emotional way. Let's be real. We are intellectual and emotional beings, and there's nothing wrong with emotions.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying that. I've seen some of these people, 45 times in my life, over 45 years.
Wow.
45 days, 45 years, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just at the festival.
And we're still, I know some of these people. They're friends.
Yeah.
Even though I only see them once a year.
Yeah.
What are you feeling? How are you feeling about what's going on here?
It's just really like heartwarming, honestly, to see people just be like, hey, like calling each other's name, and everyone's just so excited. Like it's buzzing in here. And from the few people that I talked to, they're like, I've been going here, for 40 years. And to like have people keep coming back and have that same excitement, like that's incredibly difficult to do. And it's just, there's a familiarity here that's just really like touching, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that's like Somerville, honestly. It really feels like Somerville centric.
I've had the option to move this a couple times.
Yeah.
And I won't.
I'm Ian Judge, and I'm the creative director and one of the co-owners of the Somerville Theater.
I'm so pumped to be meeting you. I love this place.
Well, thank you.
Like so much. You've really kept like the kind of old time vibe without it being like too old timey.
Yeah, we don't want to be creepy and forgotten, but we are definitely vintage.
I will say to you, your popcorn is like out of this world.
Thank you. We always say we don't know why other people can't make it as good as this because it's not hard, but we're glad you like it. Well, I've only been co-owner for a year, but I've been managing the theater for 24 years, and I grew up down the street, so it's really special to be kind of stewarding it into the future. Because I live in the community, I care about the role it plays in the community, and I think it's very important. And, I think it's an important part of any community is the movie house, and we do live events and things like that as well. But, I want to live in a Somerville that has the Somerville Theater, so this is my job. It's my calling, I guess.
Oh, I love that.
But I think having gathering spots where people can leave the house, it's really important. Places like the Somerville Theater, what they call a third space, right? But I mean, it's a place that people can be a community, even when we have a film screening. This sci-fi marathon is a really extreme example of it, but it's. Sometimes when I introduce a movie, I'll say, right now the 100 or 200 or how many people are here, for this 2 hours, you form a community that will probably never come together again in this exact form.
And that's what makes it so unique.
It makes it so, and you're experiencing something together. So you're experiencing a movie together, or we have live shows as well. And so those experiences are really valuable. And I think for someone who loves movies, growing up going to the movie, it's magical to be a part of something. And I think that's sorely lacking amongst a lot of society today. And we have found with our younger patrons that I think they're craving it more.
Oh, 100%.
So while older people can get grumpy and say, like, why would I watch a movie in a movie theater? I have a TV at home. And I think for younger people are just rediscovering what us older people know, which is this can be a real fun thing to do.
To end with a lighter question, any favorite like sci-fi movies or characters?
Well, that's a tough one. If you had to pick my favorite sci-fi movie is 2001: A Space Odyssey. And I will say we have our own 70mm print of that, which we show usually once a year. And I think that if I had to choose a character from that, I'd choose Hal, computer, right? Because I don't know. The logic, if I was a computer, I might kill everybody on the ship too. You never know.
You never know, Who knows? Who wouldn't, honestly? Who wouldn't kill everyone on the ship? Thank you for chatting with us.
My pleasure.
For a few minutes.
Sure, great.
Garen was such a hoot, and thank you for talking to us and especially giving me a masterclass about not only just the sci-fi film genre, but Somerville and Somerville Theater. It truly is inspiring and shows you just one idea can fortify itself into a 50-year experience of building community and friends. And although I need to brush up on my sci-fi films, I mean, Garen completely changed my perspective about filmmaking and what it can really do emotionally and intellectually.
Can't wait to show you what we have next in our bag of Somerville tricks. And I know while this series is a little bit longer than like a 20-second highlight clip, one of the things that I love about Somerville Vibes is we actually get to deep dive into the culture and talk to these people who are big staples in the community. And I think that's something unique, and I hope everyone's gonna enjoy that and hopefully provide you a new perspective about everything that we've been seeing.